regulators are going to have to move. They're going to move much faster. And as they move much faster, they're going to lay down expectations of the registration process to become a digital security, a digital currency, a digital exchange, especially those three. Those are going to be hot buttons. And as that happens, what you're going to see is that 98% of the stuff in the crypto ecosystem is going to shake out. There's going to be a few strong players that will go through the registration process, and they will grow up to be a registered, fully disclosed currency.
Michael Saylor, executive chairman of Microstrategy and previous CEO, is a leading Bitcoin investor and supporter. Saylor has invested a lot of money in the biggest cryptocurrency asset for both his own holdings and his business. But he has also devoted a lot of effort to educating people about Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. During a recent fireside talk at the Pacific Bitcoin Conference, Saylor shared his predictions for the future of the cryptocurrency market through the year 2023. The well-known businessman argues that recent events have made regulators' entry into the area and commencement of serious activity inevitable. Saylor continues by saying that the industry's effort will be a double-edged sword, eradicating bad actors while establishing some crucial ground rules for the industry's overall survival. Saylor is confident that Bitcoin and the Lightning Network will remain unharmed no matter what happens to the rest of the sector. In fact, he thinks more players from the mainstream will be inspired to invest in Bitcoin and whatever is left of the crypto industry. In his interview, Saylor also goes into great detail on the concept of commercializing the speed of light, a service that will be available to all 8 billion people who call the Earth home. These and other interesting innovations, according to Michael Saylor of Microstrategy, are what the future of the Bitcoin industry holds. Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable post alerts for more content like this before listening to Saylor's insightful analysis of the future of cryptocurrencies. Also, be sure to provide your thoughts and observations in the comment section below. This will help the YouTube algorithm, which will increase the number of people who will see our videos.
Another big part of what's going on right now is the other side of this, which is investors in the mainstream are going to understand, based upon results, why a digital commodity is a better idea than a digital security. And that's happening in front of our face. 98% of the stuff in the crypto ecosystem is going to shake out. There's going to be a few strong players that will go through the registration process, and they will grow up to be a registered, fully disclosed currency, like a Circle or a Tether will have to become registered and regulated. There may be a few digital securities. There'll be a massive fight over what that means and what you can do with it. The digital exchanges, both the crypto exchanges and the DeFi exchanges, will have to register. And this entire Wild West environment will start to dissipate. It'll be like the meteorite that hit the Earth, 80 million years ago, and a lot of stuff will get wiped out. A few things will rise out of the crypto ecosystem that'll be cleaned up, and then a lot more mainstream actors will enter this space. Mainstream investors, mainstream banks, mainstream financial providers, registered companies, and the entire industry will take on a new character. And now, let's talk about the moving forward. Well, first, the ideas. The crypto industry has some good ideas. One good idea is a digital commodity. The ability to move something of value point to point between 20 billion computers at the speed of light and program it with final settlement. That's a good idea. It has not nearly been fully realized. At the point when 8 billion people are swapping value back and forth, and at the point where millions, if not tens of millions of websites are swapping value back and forth at high frequency, and I mean like 100 times a second, 1,000 times a second, million times an hour, billion times an hour. When that happens, we'll have realized the potential of a digital commodity, because that is the That is the true internet of money, money over IP. And Bitcoin is the first asset that could serve as a digital commodity, and Lightning is the first open protocol that we've seen, open, permissionless, ethical protocol that has the transaction speed to traffic digital commodity. And of course, as we know, a digital commodity is something of value that moves through space. A digital scarcity is even better than a digital commodity. A digital scarcity is an absolute capped commodity, 21 million forever, right? If Bitcoin had been built without the halving protocol and it just kept adding 3 or 4% of the supply for the next 1,000 years, and it was otherwise distributed in ethical fashion, it would be a digital commodity, but it wouldn't be a digital scarcity. In the absence of the real Bitcoin, it would be the best idea right now. But in the presence of the real Bitcoin in a market, the digital scarcity would actually get the majority of the money for long-term store of value. And the digital commodity would actually just be a short-term, convenient, maybe medium of exchange. It might be similar to like gold and silver, where gold demonetized silver, and silver couldn't hold its monetary premium. In any event, that digital commodity, that was a good idea. Digital scarcity is a world-shaking singularity idea. The other ideas that the crypto industry worked on were a digital currency, and the most successful manifestation of digital currency is Tether. And the idea that people in Lebanon want some dollars, and people in Argentina want some dollars, and people in Nigeria want some dollars. And the only way you get dollars is with a credit card on a Western bank. And so for the billions of people that don't have a credit card in a Western bank, they don't get dollars. And you go to your local bank, you don't get an account. And if you do get an account, they steal your money. And if you have dollars in a bank in Argentina or in Lebanon, when the banks freeze, they will devalue your dollars, convert to local currency, and freeze it or steal it. So the second this other big idea is digital currency moving on 8 billion Android and iPhones between 100 million websites at the speed of light. And that's a mega idea. In the near term, it's a $10 trillion idea. And the reason that people use Tron or Ethereum or any of these other networks is it was easier to move digital dollars around, and Bitcoin didn't support digital dollars on the Lightning Network. So a lot of the energy came from digital currency that we didn't support in our ecosystem. If you put those digital dollars on Lightning and you secure Lightning with the Bitcoin network, that $1 trillion demand will be met on the Bitcoin network, and then it'll become a $10 trillion demand. And as Bitcoin is becoming a $10 trillion network, that digital currency network will become a multi-trillion dollar network as well. And both of those will spread to all 8 billion people. And what will happen is they will squeeze out the local fiat currencies. Everybody on Earth, they want to trade cross borders in dollars. Everybody. And if you talk to the people in the digital currency industry, they will say that the demand for the dollar is 100x higher than the digital euro. And the demand for the next one is 0.1%. So it's like 98% to 1% to 0.1% to nothing, long tail. So a lot of the crypto ecosystem has been fueled by demand for digital currency. The other thing that people want is they want digital tokens. It's like the musicians, the actors, the artists, they want to monetize their brand. And they're not evil people, they're not unethical people. They're people like Prince that said, look, the music record labels hijacked my image and I'm a slave to the record labels and I want to get my brand back. And so that audience of 100,000 major creators and millions of mid-level creators, they would love to tokenize their brand, and they actually went to the crypto ecosystem to do it because you couldn't do it on the Bitcoin base layer and there was no Lightning protocol to do it. And so they brought their notoriety and their marketing cachet to the other cryptos, where then they were monetizing some unregistered security token. And so the moral hazard is to try to do a good thing in the wrong way. Giving dollars to Lebanese is a good thing. On a altcoin, right, is a bad thing. Giving a token to a celebrity or an artist is a good thing, but doing it on an unregistered security is a bad thing.
As a young business, it is anticipated that the crypto space will undergo significant transformation in the years to come. There are currently more than 22,000 cryptocurrencies, according to data from CoinMarketCap. Many people think the sector just requires a few thousand people. This is a defense used by prominent US lawmakers and regulators, as well as other crypto detractors. If this cleanup proceeds as predicted by Saylor, it would significantly reduce the number of crypto assets and spur additional growth in the area. Do you have any opinions about Michael Saylor's interview? Do you agree that, as he says, 98% of the industry will be destroyed? In the comment box below, please share your ideas and views. For more videos like this one, make sure you like it, subscribe to the channel, and enable post alerts.